Whew, if you guys are a fan of the channel, you know this is what I'm a fan of. The favorite thing I actually talk about is the banter between some high-profile figures out there. We have now seen a response from someone that we've never really seen anything from, that being Sentinels. Yeah, are you some Sen fans out there? Are you especially Valorant fans out there? Apparently, Robert Moore, the Sentinels CEO, may be a bit triggered by someone like G2 Carlos, who I'm sure a lot of you watching know often gets into these banter battles that we do talk about, this being all around the Valorant space. It was actually shortly following G2 successfully, maybe by a last little knot there, qualifying for Berlin, where it got a bit heated between the two teams, and it was first Carlos and the Sentinel social media guy going back and forth with some banter, which then went to things that explaining to my mom what some esports CEOs like Carl says, it's really, really hard. It's like incredibly hard. My mom thinks he's a really dirty mouth. As huge props, by the way, to Riot Games, who within a day of actually receiving negative feedback towards their knockout stage format, they did change it. Sentinels, as they do start this one mocking off, I should say mocking some of the European teams, saying NA over EU, which apparently is what provoked Carlos a little bit to respond, saying, pray that we don't qualify, because if we do, we will skull F you, both in-game and on Twitter. Biatch. And those are the lines. And I'm telling you, it's really, really hard to walk over to Mama Jake and explain why an esports CEO wants to skull frick a Valorant team. All right, obviously friendly banter, but it did continue. As Sentinels then replies saying, pray that David P isn't the match MVP, referencing Giants Gaming, because if he is, you will sit at home and guess who dropped him? Guess who? Which of course G2 did drop David P a while back, who ends up on Giants, who then of course loses series to G2, who then grabbed the last spot to Berlin. Carlos follows up, pray that whoever the F owns this brand comes to Berlin, because if he doesn't, you will watch from home how I poach your jet to join the better region. I mean, there's a lot to throw. I mean, if you, there's so much to throw in there, okay? Because Carlos is also known for being accused of poaching, not really confirmed, but then it's become a meme as well that he just likes poaching players from prominent organizations, and that's where the person who does own that brand, Sentinels, their CEO, Robert Moore, jumps in and says, I heard you were looking for me. Pretty ambitious for a team that failed to place top 3 in Masters 1 and Challengers 2, or good luck. And they weren't really done there. It was actually a day later, Sentinel CEO then takes to Twitter, and he's adding Carlos and G2 Esports to for a to-do list. He says, 1, buy Super Team, 2, sweep Giants Gaming, 3, skull frick Sentinels, and 4, obliterate the Sentinels brand. It's looking like you might be 0 for 4. And hey, credit where it's due. He's not quite up to par with the Sentinel social media guy. I feel like he could have written some things for you and put it on the main channel, or the main Twitter, that would have been a bit better, but still pretty solid. Not quite as solid as Carlos' response, though, who quotes that saying, reach 103 years of age, achieve 2 successful hip replacements, be this guy, LMAO, it seems you went 4-0, my guy. So bringing the age right back into it, the crazy part is both these guys could be at Berlin, and like looking across from each other, it's going to be an interesting experience if that actually does come to fruition. What do you guys think? G2 versus Sentinels, certainly building up a great storyline, so it seems, as G2 and Fnatic have done in League of Legends over the many, many years. Carlos versus Sam Matthews from Fnatic done a great job, and this is what drives viewership. I love this kind of stuff. I don't think there's any necessarily too bad of blood, especially between Sentinel's social guy and Carlos. They love going back and forth, but these are the things we love to see. We got 2 prominent CEOs beefing ahead of Berlin, and they were actually going to be in the same group, so it seemed, before the format change, but they still could meet up, and when they do, we get to see more trash talk. So I love what Carlos, I love what Robert Moore is doing here as well, egging each other on, because we got 2 top teams that will be at Berlin. One is definitely more favored than the other, so we'll see if we can witness an upset. What do you guys think? Till next time, drink water, drink coffee. I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Take care.